LeBron James he's upset. He came out with a tweet last night and then he took the tweet down. He is mad that on where the mock drafts have his son as a second round pick. So I defend LeBron a lot because I'm a LeBron fan. I think he's great. Whether I think he's the greatest or not is a different conversation. But I think he's great. We're going to miss him when he's not playing anymore. But LeBron is dead wrong on this. He's dead wrong. So the thing about LeBron is you can't be mad that people don't think that your son is a first-round draft pick if he's not. And I think everybody can see with our own eyes that he's just not a first-round draft pick right this second. Now, here's my question to everybody. Is there anything wrong with that? I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong that as a freshman, you're coming into your own, that you're not ready to be a first-round NBA draft pick. I know the NBA will make you think that if you aren't ready by the time you're 19 years old, if you're not ready to be a star in the NBA, that you're not any good. I know the NBA will tell you that, but that's not the truth. And there's nothing wrong with Bronny James needing time to develop. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So, and it doesn't matter that he tweeted last year that his son could help and play right now. He was wrong then too. He was wrong then too. But LeBron can't be mad that people don't think that his son is the best basketball player out there. He can't be mad about that. And for him to go out and tweet and say, hey, just let him be a kid. Come on, bro. First of all, he's right about that part, but then don't bring it on. That's part of it. Now, here's the one thing that I don't like is that there are so many people out there that just hate Bronny James. They just despise him. But why? I mean, what did he do? I mean, Bronny James number one, he didn't decide to be born. Somebody had to do that. Number two, he didn't choose who his parents were. He didn't do that. He doesn't give interviews. So I would say 90% of the people in this world don't even know what his voice sounds like. And we have all this talk about why people despise him. I'm like, because he's not as good as his dad? Okay. Let me ask this question. Of great basketball players, and I'm talking about the greatest, how many of those guys have kids that are just as good as them? Or you could do it vice versa. How many kids, if their dad happened to play, how many kids are better than their parents were? I mean, they're never really equal. I mean, you could think, go across any sport. Where are they equal? I mean, like Barry Bonds' dad was good. Barry Bonds was way better than his father. People love Archie Manning. I think Archie Manning was pretty overrated, but it is what it is. Peyton is way better than him. Way better. It just doesn't happen. So for people to just, Steph Curry is better than Dell Curry. Dell Curry was a good basketball player. He was really good. His son is in the conversation of being in the top 10 of all time. It's just crazy. It's just, I don't understand why people are so mad at Bronny James. Now, talking about him comes with the territory. Look, he's a celebrity's kid, whether he wants it or not. People are going to be mad and they're going to hate him. And they're going to say, now why they hate him is just stupidity. I don't understand. But LeBron can't be mad that his son is not NBA caliber. He just can't. And he can't be mad when, just like somebody on TikTok pointed out, he's the one who tweeted out that his son could help an NBA team. He did that. Nobody else did that. That was LeBron. And now, because we see him on the court and we're like, oh, this kid needs some work before he gets to the NBA. Now you're mad about that? I don't get it. And like I said, I'm a huge LeBron fan. Huge, because I understand basketball greatness. And whether you think he's the greatest or not is irrelevant. But come on, man. You can't be mad when you put your son out there and then he doesn't live up to what you said about him. I mean, think about this. Remember LeVar Ball said that Lonzo would cook Steph Curry. He was better than Steph Curry. We gave Lamar Ball the blues, and we should have, because he was out of his mind. Isn't this kind of the same thing? I mean, seriously, isn't this kind of the same thing? To an extent. I know we don't want to classify Lamar, in the same realm, but I think it's kind of the same thing, in my opinion. I really do. So let's go to some comments here. My man Pat Cockrell on YouTube. He said, my problem with the whole thing is that Bron previously came out and said Bronny was NBA ready now. Now the boards have dropped him. Let him be a kid. Exactly, Pat. That's exactly right. Don't be mad because of what you did. You created some of this. You shouldn't be mad about that. You can't be. So you can't be. And there's, first of all, let me ask you all this. Of the people that are on YouTube and the people that are watching on TikTok, if somebody were to say that your son was a second round pick in the NBA draft as a 19-year-old, would any of y'all be upset? I mean, I'm just asking, would any of y'all be upset? I'm guessing the answer is hell no. And I get it. He wants his son to be in the NBA so he can play with them. I understand that. But he also has to understand his son is just not ready yet. He's just not good enough yet. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with him not being ready. Look, don't fall for what the NBA has created. The NBA is telling you that if you're not good enough to play at 19, there's something wrong with you. That ain't true. That's not true. It's not true at all. You don't have to be to NBA ready at 19. What's wrong with being 22 or 23 years old? Oh, you're old. So at 23, let's just say I'm 23 years old when I'm ready to play in the NBA. I stay in college all that time, and I come out when I'm 23 years old. You don't think there's an NBA team that would say, hey, you know what? You've got some grown man strength to you, even though you still have a couple of years till you get to that. But we'll take 10 years of service from you. 10 years in the NBA. What's wrong with 10 years? Till you're 33. Is that a bad? I'm just trying to figure all of this out. So it's weird. It's just weird. A comment over April H says on TikTok says jealousy. It's a sad truth. It's sad, truthfully. Yeah, it is. A lot of people mad at LeBron James or mad at Bronny James, and they're just jealous. I mean, the kid, the only thing that I can say that he brought on himself is that he makes $6 million in NIL money. But even then, that's not his fault. He didn't make people give him the money. So, I mean, it didn't make him give him NIL money. Nobody made those people do that. They chose to do it because they chose to piggyback off of his stardom. And again, he doesn't give interviews. So it's not like he's putting himself out there. Every kid in the world has an Instagram account. So don't say, well, he's got Instagram, he's out there. Every kid that you've never heard of has Instagram. So that's my dilemma or my problem, is that people bash this kid, and he is a kid, for absolutely no reason. I know people are saying, oh, he's 19 years old, he's not a kid anymore. Yes, you are. So Yes, you are a kid. So I don't get it. It's just wild. It's just wild. Nobody I just don't understand why you would bash him. He's just a kid. He's not, like I said, he didn't choose his parents. He didn't choose to inherit the amount of money that he's going to inherit. He didn't choose to be born. He didn't choose any of that. And for some people to just say you hate him, oh, I hate Bronny James. Can I ask why? A bigger question is, why do you hate LeBron? You know, I get that you don't think he's the greatest basketball player in the world. And okay, you don't have to think that. Even if he says that he is, you still don't have to think that. You don't like his politics. Okay. So do you hate everybody that you don't like their politics? Do you hate that person? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then I get what you're saying, the herd or the heed. You're saying he could have told his dad to chill. At 19 years old, and again, I don't know anybody's personal situation, but when you were at 19, how comfortable were you with telling your father to chill? My dad was dead by the time I was 19. I wouldn't even walk to his grave and tell, hey, Dad, you need to chill. I mean, so let's not go that route and tell his dad you should have told your dad to be quiet. Really? Is that how it works? And again, that's not a knock on anybody else's situation. But I guess the better question is, if you have a kid and your kid at 19 comes to you and say, hey, man, you need to chill out, Dad. You're causing me all these problems. You need to chill out. How good would that conversation go? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But LeBron is wrong. And if you can't admit LeBron is wrong about this, then you're just, the fandom is too big. LeBron is just wrong. So rumors are Bronny playing bad on purpose so he can be undrafted free agent. See, it's that kind of stuff, Zach, that just don't buy into. He doesn't even get first of all, he's not playing bad. That would be the one thing. See, that's why you can't believe conspiracy theories. He isn't playing bad. He's just not playing a lot. But he isn't playing bad. When he's out there, he plays just fine. So Scott Smith says, wouldn't even get the words out of mouth before he shut it, talking about his dad telling him to chill. Exactly. Here's the thing about my dad. And again, he died when I was 15. But my dad never spanked me, never hit me. He never did any of that to me. It was all my mom. But ask me, did I test my father? No. Didn't even test the man. Because he coached football, and he used to take me with him to go watch football. And I saw what he did and said to those kids. I didn't want any part of that. I didn't want no part of that. So I know kids are different these days. I get all of that. But kids are only this way, and they're only different these days because of what parents allow them to be. I mean, you know, and it's weird that we say that, oh man, it was different when I was growing up, but now we're the parents that are allowing this. Wild. So again, there's nothing wrong with his son. Now, LeBron's going to have to come to grips with that. And I don't think he's come to grips with, maybe my son just isn't as good as what I want him to be. I think he can be good, but he isn't good right now. He isn't great right now, and he doesn't have to be. Thanks, Hoop Social. We appreciate it. Someone is going to take a second-round flyer on Bronny for a shot at LeBron. Who could? That'll be interesting because LeBron's going to opt out of his contract this year. Who would take a second-round flyer to try to just get LeBron to go there? I think there's a lot of teams that would do that. A lot of teams. A lot of teams. And I mean, people saying that, oh, I don't want an old LeBron. Yeah, they would take an old LeBron. They would take an old LeBron. There's only about 4 or 5 franchises that would say no. And the Golden State Clippers or the Golden State Warriors is not one of them that would say no. The Clippers might say no, but Golden State wouldn't. So somebody said it. LeBron going to the Warriors. I don't put it past him. So LeBron will go to Portland? I didn't say he would go to Portland. But I don't think Portland would take a second-round flyer on LeBron to get him. He wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. So that ain't going to help him. So that ain't going to help him. Bottom line is LeBron is wrong. LeBron's got to get over it. You brought this on him. You put it out there that your son could help NBA teams when you knew that he couldn't. And now this is the price that you pay. So this is the price that you pay. It's wild. It's weird, but it is what it is. Like I said, I'm a big LeBron fan, huge LeBron fan. However, LeBron in this case is wrong.